Greetings all, you're welcome once more to MEPH. I'm your tutor, Mr. Obuki, and if you're new to the channel, you're highly welcome. Alright, so today we have a problem on the board on combination, okay? It says if n combination what 2 is equal to 15, find the value of n. Alright, so all we need to do in this problem is we have to remember that our n combination r we have as n factorial divide n minus r factorial, then we'll bring down r factorial, okay? Now, where our n factorial means what? For instance, if I have 6 factorial, we know 6 factorial means 6, okay, multiplied by what? 6 minus what? We have 1, multiplied by 6 minus 2, multiplied by 6 minus 3, and that we go until to what? 1 factorial, okay? So if I say n factorial, it means we are going to start with n first. Now remember, this also means 6 times what? This is 5 times what? This is what? 4 times what? This is 3, and so on. So n factorial also means what? We have n multiplied by what? Like we have 6 minus 1. So we have n minus 1. Okay, we'll have what? N minus 2. Okay, we have n minus 3 until we get to what? 1 factorial. Alright, so having gotten the idea, we are going to apply it to this expression. Okay, so our n combination what 2 is going to be, so n is still n, so I have what? N factorial divided by n minus 2, like we have n minus r. So I have n minus 2, okay, factorial, then multiplied by what? 2 factorial. Okay, but our n factorial means this, so we are going to write n multiplied by what? N minus 1. We also have what? N minus 2. Now I'm going to stop at n minus 2 factorial. Okay, n minus 2 factorial means it keeps going. Okay, but we are going to stop there. Now the reason is because we have n minus 2 at the denominator. We have n minus 2 factorial, which can cancel out. So we have n minus 2, okay, factorial multiplied by 2 factorial. Remember, all this is equals to what? 15. Okay, so with this, we can now cancel out. So this is going to cancel this, which is 1, 1. Okay, so let's see what we are having left. So we have n, okay, so our n combination 2 is equals to n multiplied by n minus 1, okay, divided by what? We have 2 factorial, which is equals to what? 15. All right, so now let's solve this side and see what we are going to get. So this is what n multiply n minus 1 is equals to 15, okay, divided by 2 factorial means 2 times 1. Okay, so this gives us, okay, n into n minus 1, 2 times 1 is 2, is equals to 15 divided by 1. So what do we do at this point? We can what? Cross what? Multiply. So let's cross multiply. So if we do that, we are going to get that 1 is going to times this, so I have n into n minus 1, and 2 is going to times this, so we have 2 times what? 15, okay? That's what we mean by to cross multiply. So this comes to times this, and this comes to times this. Alright, so let's open the brackets. So n will times n, so I have n times n minus n times what? 1. This is equals to what? 30. Because 2 times 15 is what? 30. Now, n times n is going to give us what? We have n squared minus n times 1 is n, which is equals to what? 30. Now, at this point, what can we do? Now, we're already seeing that we have n squared here, so we can form what? A quadratic equation. So all I need to do is I'm going to subtract 30 from both sides. So n squared minus n minus what? 30 is equals to what? 30 minus 30. So that gives us n squared minus n, okay, minus what? 30 is equals to what? 0. With this, we have what? We have what? A quadratic equation to solve. Now let's solve the quadratic equation in 1 or 2 steps. Okay, so these are quadratic equation. Remember, general form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So if we compare this, our a here is what? A is 1, the coefficient of n squared. Our b is what? Minus 1. B is minus 1. And our c is what? Our c is what? Minus 30. So the next step is you want to multiply a times c, which is 1 times what? Minus 30. That will give us minus 30. Now the idea is we want to look for two numbers that their sum is going to give us what? Minus 1, and their product will give us what? Minus 30. Now let's factor out what? 30. So factors of 30, we have 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, no. So we have a 5. Okay, so 5 times what? 6 will give us 30. Okay, 3 times what? 10 will give us 30. 2 times what? 15 will give us 30. And what? 1 times what? 1 times 30 here will give us what? 30. So the two numbers by investigation that can give us minus 1 are the numbers here. Okay, we just need to add the plus or minus sign. Okay, but we have 5, okay, and 6. I think since we have minus 1, I want to have this as plus 5 and minus what? 6. Okay, now plus 5 and minus 6, if you sum them, it's going to give us what? Minus 1. If you multiply them, it's going to give us minus 30. Okay, so all we need to do is we need to put n here and n here and replace it with this. Okay, so let's do that quickly. So we are going to get this expression as n squared. Okay, we can now say plus what? 5n, okay, minus what? 6n, okay, minus 30 is equal to 0. Now from that we can now factorize. Okay, so what is common here? So n is common. Divide this by n and this by n, so I have n squared divided by n plus 5n divided by what? N. Okay, now for this, what is common? Minus 6 is common, so I have 6n divided by what? 6. Now, since we have plus here, this should be plus, so that minus times plus will give us minus. So I have 30 divided by what? 6. All this is going to give us 0. So we have n will cancel n here, so I have n into n. N will cancel n here, so I have plus 5. So we have minus 6. This will cancel this, so we have n. Plus this will cancel this, so we have 5, which is equal to what? 0. So with that, we can now, of course, get our value of n. Knowing that this is common, we can also bring it out, so we have n plus 5. Now, if we divide all these by n plus 5, we are going to be left with what? N. Okay? If we divide all these by n plus 5, we are going to be left with what? Minus 6. So all this is equal to what? 0. Now, from this point, you have to remember when you have this, your a multiplied by b is equal to 0 means that a should be 0 or what? B should be 0. 0 times b is what? 0 or a times 0 is 0. So either a or b should be 0 for this, to be equal. So we have n plus 5, which is like our a should be equal to 0 or what? N minus 6 is equal to 0. Alright, so from this, our n is going to be, now if we subtract 5 from both sides, we have what? N is going to be what? Minus 5, or if you add 6 on both sides, n is going to be what? 0 plus 6, which is what? 6. So the best solution to our equation is what? N is equal to 6. So this becomes 6 combination what? 2 is equal to what? 15. So our answer is actually a positive what? Value instead of a negative value. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching the video. If you like what, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and don't forget to share. Bye, I'll see you guys in the next video.